Hello everybody, welcome back to Time Guide DBZ. I'm your host Vinny, and today we're going to be doing another reaction video. First off, I know I've been late behind schedule. That it comes down to just simply personal procrastination with a combination of schoolwork and work around the house. Recently we had a driveway to fix up, and it's pretty close to completion. All we gotta do is just put some driveway sealer on it, and yeah, it should look brand new. And by the way, by the time this comes out, there will probably already be a new Death Battle released, so I will probably be going ahead and moving on to the next Death Battle reaction from there. Anyway, let's talk about the next thing. Sad news, a couple days ago, Kazuki Takahashi, the creator of Yu-Gi-Oh!, had passed away. And I think everybody in the anime community kind of understands his impact, and really kind of everybody in general who's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Fan from the time. Like, for real, one of the other major anime that I got into as a young kid was Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, this was, if you remember 4W Kids, that it showed up every Saturday, you sat at the TV waiting for that shit to come on. Like, seriously, that was my Saturday morning cartoon. I got up at like freaking 8 o'clock just to get to that time and make sure that I was able to watch the episode with Dragon Ball or whatever other anime that was showing up at that time. So it was definitely very influential. And I will say this, it taught me one thing about playing card games. Like, you better be careful what you invest in, because however much money you put into it, you're never going to get out of it. Honestly, I learned this lesson as well with playing Skylanders. I think it was 12 years old. I was like interested in Skylanders all of a sudden. I'm like, yeah, I really want to play that. And then I'm like, wow, the amount of money I put into it, I'm not getting my money back. So that is rather unfortunate. Anyway, rest in peace to the true king of games, Kazuki Takahashi. Anyway, guys, that is all our news. So now we can go ahead and get into the mainstream and cut of our video today. In today's reaction, we are reacting to a death battle between Boba Fett from Star Wars and Predator from Predator.
How original.
So anyway, this battle is going to be a little bit interesting because both of these are really experienced hunters and bounty hunters in general, but I'm curious to see just who has the skills to pay the bills, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started into this. In 3, 2, 1, begin.
This episode is sponsored by Mint Mobile and HelloFresh.
Alright, cool beans. And guys, here's some surprise. No more ads! We're free!
Cool your beans, bro!
Anyway.
Boba Fett, the greatest bounty hunter from a galaxy far, far away.
And the Predator, the monstrous manslayer from beyond the stars.
There's nothing quite like the thrill of the hunt, especially when you're chasing that most dangerous game.
Not humans, we're talking face-hugging aliens and space wizards. He's Wiz and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
Oh, okay, they're doing a little bit of a different animation today. Okay.
Throughout the galaxy, few names are as feared as Boba Fett.
When you've got the greatest army of all time cloned after your dad, that's no big surprise.
In an incredibly convoluted bid to wrest control of the Galactic Republic, the Sith Lords Darth Sidious and Tyrannus secretly organized the construction of a clone army based on the genetic code of the galaxy's greatest bounty hunter at the time, Jango Fett.
On one condition, Jango Unchained got to keep one unaltered clone as his son, Boba, who became a cute little murderer just like his pop. Well, that is, until Jango, let it get to his head.
Just as headstrong as his father, Boba swore vengeance on the Jedi and devoted his life to becoming as deadly an assassin as his forebears.
Wow.
Yeah, cause
So
the
it's like the
Feds
guy
aren't
from
just
Jurassic Park
random
Fallen World.
badasses, they're Mandalorians. Basically a
Ironic how he
society
died.
completely dedicated to the art of war. Most of the time.
Indeed. In the galaxy's past, Mandalorians have waged war against the Jedi and easily held their own, despite lacking use of the Force.
And what's a self-respecting Mandalorian without his Mandalorian armor? Inherited from his dad, Fett's armor is made out of Beskar.
Also known as Mandalorian iron, Beskar is one of the strongest materials in the galaxy, tough enough to resist thermal detonator blasts and lightsaber strikes. Even bolts of lightning that can vaporize people aren't enough to harm the armor itself.
Fett's helmet has a targeting system, lets him see in infrared,
impressive.
and even has
Infrared, that's
360-degree vision.
And his wrist-mounted Van braces, designed to counteract a Force user's powers, come with a variety of indispensable tools, like a flamethrower, fiber cord whip, mini concussion rocket, laser beam, and forearm blades.
But when Fett wants to take his opponent by surprise, he breaks out the kneecap rockets. Not since the butt machine guns has Death Battle seen a weapon so devious.
As a living Swiss Army gun, Fett prefers long-range combat.
So it helps to have a jetpack for quick getaways, especially one with a rocket that can nuke small spacecrafts. He also has his trusty EE-3 carbine rifle and blaster pistol, which is powerful enough to vaporize a dude in one shot.
But should an opponent get too close for comfort, or should his jetpack inevitably malfunction, Fett can reacquaint his victims with their maker with his Gatterfee stick, handcrafted by Fett himself as part of a Tusken rite of passage. Kind of like how Jedi make their lightsabers.
Add in your classic
That's an
flash
interesting
bombs,
looking
sonic
spear.
bombs, gas bombs, motion sensor bombs, and the uber-powerful thermal detonators, and Fetty's basically a one-man army.
Sonic
Thermal
bomb,
detonators
gas
can
bomb,
annihilate
range,
small
yeah,
buildings
something.
and even this giant stone bridge. Based on its size and the
He's got
number
a
of bombs used,
lightsaber?
each one should be packing around 3.5 tons of TNT.
But his weapons aren't all that make Fett so deadly. He's a master marksman, hand-to-hand fighter, and tactician. He'd need to be to take on the Jedi and steal their sweet, sweet laser swords for himself.
He outsmarted the Jedi Master Mace Windu as just a child, and we know he's fought multiple Jedi after the Purge. In the old Legends timeline, he even fought Darth Vader twice. The same Vader who can dogfight at near light speed.
That's why he's decked out with all those tools to distract and confuse Jedi and their space magic long enough to get a clean kill.
And while he has a professional code of honor, when it comes to combat, Fett will use any underhanded tactics he can think of, perfect for fighting honorable Jedi. As my personal hero once said, silly Jedi. If only he was here right now to kill all these stupid meatbags.
That's probably not good.
Boba can crumple steel doors with ease, outrace
Yes.
explosions with his jetpack, and was
Some real
shot through the chest
skeptical,
and just
like,
walked
sus,
it off.
like, right
he
there.
was, and I quote, very
wanna
angry about it.
reprogram his
Not
wife.
even the Sarlacc, the giant
Chips.
monster space vagina itself, was able to hold him, no matter the continuity.
Even into middle age, Boba remained a force to be reckoned with. In the older timeline, he led the Mandalorians to victory in the Yuuzhan Vong War, and even trained the Jedi Jaina Solo to defeat her brother, who just so happened to be a Dark Lord of the Sith. I guess even Boba was able to overcome his anti-Jedi prejudices.
And then Disney axed all that. But who gives a shit when you're sitting pretty on Jabba's throne like an absolute pimp? Or like a panther?
He even managed to defeat Cad Bane in a duel, possibly the greatest bounty hunter the galaxy had ever seen up until that point.
Second greatest now is, and look at that dodge, channeling some of that Han shot first energy I see.
So if you ever find yourself in Fett's crosshairs, don't bother running. You'll only die tired.
Alright. He is pretty bad. Alright. So, he's sounding pretty bad to the bone. And the fact of the matter is that, you know, lightsabers are so powerful and pretty, I mean, not, you know, I'm not giving them an OP status, but they are. I mean, most people would say that they would want a lightsaber. But anyway, his skills as a marksman and really as a bounty hunter really just show you that he is no joke. Like, his abilities, like, not only that, his arsenal is massive. So, to just, I don't know, like, it's going to be hard. I don't think it's impossible to beat him. I just think it's going to be very hard to do so. And they already made it very clear that he is willing to be dishonorable. And I think that's where Predator has sort of an honorable thing to him. So I think that's where they're going to probably use that with Predator, where he's going to be not fighting honorably, or where Predator's going to be fighting honorably. Boba Fett might not. He might be a little bit dishonorable. So we'll have to wait and see, though. I'm gonna see
The year was 1987. In the balmy jungles of Central America, an elite American Spec Ops unit would come into conflict with Soviet-backed insurgents. Their mission was a success, but little did they know, they were the ones being hunted.
It was almost as if the jungle itself was killing him. But in reality, it was a traveler from beyond the stars, a superhuman killing machine whose entire life was devoted to murder.
This was a predator, and these men were its prey.
And this alien hunter had more than enough gnarly gadgets to take Arnie and his crew down, like the plasma caster, a shoulder-mounted laser cannon.
It has a tracking system connected to the Predator's biohelmet, which allows him to see in X-ray, UV, and night vision. This is on top of the Predator's own unique way of seeing, through natural infrared sight. Essentially, he tracks individuals by recognizing differences in heat signatures.
Too bad humans can't do the same, since the Predator's full-body light-bending camouflage makes him invisible to the naked human eye, letting him blend into the shadows and pick off his prey one by one.
But as ruthless as that sounds, the Predator is actually an honorable fighter who relishes the chance to fight up close and personal with his iconic wrist blades.
And
That's
guess
it.
what? For as bad as this one Predator was, this dude wasn't even that special. In fact, he was actually kind of a noob. There's a whole planet of these guys.
These are the Yautja. Yautja?
Yeah.
Yautja? Yautja? They never actually say it in the
AKA
movies.
the devil,
Yautja
right,
society is based around one thing.
Wow, they're
hunting.
8 feet
The
tall.
bigger
I did
and
not
deadlier
know
the
that.
game, the more honor slaying it brings.
Which is why the Predators take on muscly 80s action heroes for breakfast.
Just one failed hunt forever dooms a Yautja to humiliation or death. And since Yautja lifespans can last hundreds of years, that would mean that Elder Hunters have centuries of combat experience and have never been defeated. They have literally kept winning for hundreds of years.
And this is the kind of Predator we're looking at today. The only way to become a fully independent hunter, a blooded hunter, is to slay their equally dangerous rivals, the Xenomorph. With bulletproof skin, acid blood, and retractable penis mouth, these aliens are dangerous enough to take down even the best Yautja hunters.
Which is why they carry a greatly diversified arsenal compared to the original Jungle Hunter. These more exotic weapons are earned over the course of numerous successful hunts and are proof of a Yautja's mastery and experience. Like the retractable combi sticks, net guns, and controllable smart discs that vibrate at supersonic speeds.
Allowing them to kill their ultimate equally dangerous rival, Gary Busey.
They even carry a portable EMP that will disrupt all electronic devices in the vicinity, forcing their prey to fight them on their terms.
Which is when they break out their plasma scythe, made of messed up evil laser energy.
This dark plasma the scythe emits cannot be stopped by conventional matter. Instead of merely cutting a target, its energy passes through their body, ensuring their victim will die in as little as 4 hits.
Even without his arsenal, the Predator is a literal beast. He's strong enough to tear through 2 inches of steel like it was tissue paper, casually invent the first Mortal Kombat fatality, and give Mother Nature the finger. It's tigers and bears. Oh, shit.
It helps that Yautja armor is plasma forged, making it incredibly durable.
The Predator is tough enough to tank huge gas explosions and fast enough to dodge laser beams.
But even if a Predator is defeated, he is expected to perform one final rite, activating a countdown to a nuclear explosion that vaporizes everything within 300 city blocks. Based on the size of that blast, this would be exploding with 15 times the energy as the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima.
So, when a Pred wants you dead, there's no escape. Not even an army of Xenomorphs and their queen are enough to take the toughest Predators down. When even Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger shits his pants in your very presence, you know you're as badass as they come. A goddamn sexual Tyrannosaurus.
What? Like what? I'm okay. That Bone Six says some of the craziest shit. This thing, like, I honestly thought about skipping these and just going straight to the battle, and I'm like, no, I don't want to miss them because these people come up with such like comedic jokes for these characters. It's almost like you miss out on part of the experience. But anyway, so I did not know the Predator had a plasma scythe that had dark matter capabilities and basically could kill their opponent in like 4 hits. So that might be problematic for Boba Fett. But of course that comes down to whether or not they'll be able to use it. I mean, of course they want to try to place everything against these characters, but again, you know, that's to do with that battle. You always got to take these decisions with a grain of salt. It's nothing confirmed, nothing, you know. It's just basically, again, just another supporting argument.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
All right, let's begin the death battle. All right, we're in the the Kakuja Forest, or I don't know what it is. I just. Rob's, ooh, okay. He's already got his own. Okay. Just studying him real quick.
Fools.
Ooh! Dang.
You're mine.
Dang, okay, Predator, chill. Alright, brother, chill. Oh, dang, okay. Oh, alright, never mind. Okay, yeah, he's got the rocket launcher, and then not rocket launcher, but he's got the jet. So that's what's going to mess him up. Oh, but hit, oh, dang! Okay, alright, we cancel that. Ooh, close. But no cigar. I was gonna say, Boba's not gonna be able to hit this dude, like, come at him with, like, some knives and stuff. The dude's 8 foot tall, like, and he's a beast, like you said. It's, oh, whoa, ooh. Okay, alright, oh, okay, he's got it. Okay, he busted out his spear, okay. Ooh, dang. Oh.
You're mine.
Dang! He got his arm!
Bruh. I caught you in 4K.
Ooh.
I caught you in 4K. Oh, you wanna know who? Him. I caught him in 4K.
Oh, man. That's messed up. Well, but you better come up with some last minute resorts, man. You gotta...
Amateur.
Ooh. Got him, point blank. Point blank. Oh, okay. So, okay. So, Predator's brought out the final stuff. Oh, yeah, you gotta categorize that wound. Oh, okay.
You are one ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, you got that right. Oh, all the heat. Oh, he got him in the heat. He can't find him with the heat. Dang!
I'll be taking this. Fools.
Who died? No, Boba lost. Dang, Predator lost. Dang. Dang. I knew.
Hey-o! Man, Boba was always a one-man army, even as a one-armed man.
Despite the Predator's fearsome power and experience, Fett's versatility and arsenal allowed him to survive this hunt.
While Boba could crumple steel, the Predator could easily tear straight through it, making him the stronger of the two.
But while the Predator could dodge laser beams, Fett could match Force users with near light speed reactions, making them similar in speed.
However, the major difference was durability.
While the Predators are definitely tough, Fett's Beskar armor covers more of his body, and would easily resist almost all of a Predator's arsenal.
Like the plasma caster, usually hot enough to blast a hole through anything. But you know what else is made of plasma? Lightsabers, which bounce off Beskar, no problem.
Specialized tools like the Plasma Scythe, with its ability to bypass conventional
Plasma
matter,
Scythe,
could
that's
manage
what
to
it is.
kill Fett with a few lucky hits. However, Fett's jetpack and long-range arsenal allowed him to fight safely from a distance.
And Fett's kit countered a lot of what Predator could do. His helmet's infrared could see past Pred's camouflage. His flamethrower messed with Pred's thermal vision, and nothing the Predator had could withstand a lightsaber strike.
Also, the Predator's EMP could not disable Fett's armor, considering Beskar has withstood bolts of electromagnetic energy before without short-circuiting.
That's not to say the Predator was totally outmatched. He had a lot of similar gear, and a peak Predator would have had centuries of combat experience backing him up. way more than Boba.
However, Fett was generally trickier. Predators fight with a code of honor and rarely, if ever, employ dirty tactics.
While Fett isn't totally without honor, he still employs dirty tactics to win fair fights, and was more likely to outfox the Pred given the chance.
Of course, none of that would have mattered had the Predator taken them both out with his nuclear suicide bomb. At its epicenter, it would have been more than powerful enough to fry Fett. At its epicenter. The further away you are from the center of a blast, the less energy you're getting hit with.
By our calculations, Boba only needed to get about 50 meters away before the energy he was tanking was only about as much as your average thermal detonator, which the Beskar can survive. And given the countdown lasts 40 seconds, there was more than enough time, especially with a jetpack. Hell, Arnie escaped the same attack just by sprinting.
But perhaps the most important difference is the scope of their prey. Xenomorphs are definitely deadly, but they're not quite as dangerous as a master force user who can read minds and throw starships around like they're made of paper. Fett was definitely prepared for anything the Predator could throw at him, even space magic. The Predator was as deadly and skilled as they come, but Fett's cunning, arsenal, and impenetrable armor gave him the win.
Congrats to Boba. Give him a hand. Oh wait, he's already got one.
The winner is Boba Fett.
All right, never mind. You are garbage.
Hey, if you want more Death Battle ASAP, why not grab a membership? You'll get exclusive emotes, badges, live chat, live streams, and a bunch of behind-the-scenes stuff. Just click that join button. Thanks for watching.
All right, guys, what's next time? Let's see here. Raiden. All right. Oh, okay. Bonus episode. Oh, okay. Excalibur versus Raiden. Alright. Desk of Death Battle new season. So I guess they're going to be taking a break maybe from Death Battle so much. They're going to probably go back to the whole, Desk of Death Battle, which I think is where they kind of break down each character, but I'm cool with that. I thought this Death Battle was really cool. I'm glad to know that they tried a different animation. It's a little bit, it wasn't pixelated, it wasn't anything like a cartoon. It was actually more of a maybe 3D graphic area. In my personal opinion, I think it was a little too close to tell. Like, to me, perfectly honestly, yeah, it is true that the Boba Fett did have the weaponry, and he definitely did. That's where I said it came down to whether or not the Predator was going to be honorable or not, because in a fight, if you're dishonorable, you're willing to take cheap shots or the shots that the shots that everybody would expect people to take, but really they take them because, it's like they got no other choice. It's sucker punch, whatever, getting kicked in the groin, however you want to point. The point is, though, people who are like that are probably more likely to win because they're using those routes of combat, and that's their strategy. They're going to fight, win. They're going to win by whatever means necessary. And usually those people are the ones who end up winning. Which is pretty messed up, but that's the way of our life. This death battle is a little bit more probably concrete in its conclusion. At the end of the day, this is just a literal support for an argument. There's no conclusive finding and saying that you cannot officially canon say Boba Fett could defeat Predator in a battle, because that's the deal. They used, hypothetically, a more experienced Predator, but let's say this Predator lived for, max lifespan is 500 years or so, and he's been on, 1,000 planets plus or whatnot, and has learned to be deceptive in his battle. How would that experienced fighter go up against Boba Fett? And would that change the outcome? What would that do? That's the stuff you got to kind of ask there. But anyway, that is my reaction to Boba Fett vs. Predator, brought to you guys by Death Battle. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button, and also to make sure to share this with your friends, family, and strangers, because remember, sharing is caring, y'all. And to comment down below, what do you guys think of this Death Battle? Did you guys think the Predator should have won? What do you guys think a 500-year experienced Predator could have done against Boba Fett? And if the Predator was dishonorable, do you think the battle outcome would have changed regardless? Or do you think Boba Fett truly is the hunter supreme? I can't wait to see the next Death Battle. Excalibur, it said Excalibur versus Raiden. So, I'm curious, and they're going with the characters that have been on Death Battle before, so I'm curious to see how Raiden stacks up. He won his last Death Battle against Wolverine, but this time might not be so, might not be the same. So I'm going to go ahead and head out. So once again, thank you guys for checking out this video. I love y'all, and I'll see everybody in the next content of Time God DBZ. Peace, and God bless.